Hello, MPI Southern California. I'm coming to you live from Washington State, and it is so good to see you all here in the virtual realm to stir up a little happy hour with me. I'm so excited to be joined by some really good friends of mine from the Bubble Tap trailer. You may have tried their trailer in the past at one of your events or possibly at my installation last June, but they are the premier liquor and bar company in LA, and they have this adorably cute cocktail that they serve. It's a cocktail trailer that they serve bubbly rosé and wines and champagne out of, and now they're serving beer and everything else. So without further ado, I'm actually going to bring in our friends from Bubble Tap Trailer, Jenn Disotell, who is one of the co-owners. So here we go, Jenn. Let's see.
Hi.
Hi, Jenn. How are you?
Hi. I'm still amazed at this fancy platform you're using. It's like you have graphics and everything.
Yeah, and I will put a disclaimer out to everyone. This is a brand new technology that we're trying, and it's a lot of fun, but I apologize in advance if there's some hiccups, and we're just gonna roll with it and go with it.
Exactly. And my sister's off camera. She doesn't. You have to say hi.
I will.
She's the better
everyone.
She's camera shy.
Yeah.
So before we get started, I know that some of our folks at home got a little package delivered to them at their doorsteps today. So some of them might be participating while making the cocktail. So Jenn, maybe explain a little bit about everyone, their experience today of what they got.
Yeah, absolutely. So we included as much fresh juice as we could. So you'll have a fresh lime juice and agave syrup mix that we'll be using a couple times. And then you have a fresh lemon from our lemon tree in our yard. We did an orange, and then we actually individually package all of the liqueurs. And the nice thing about that, doing these cocktail tasting boxes, the way that we're doing them is that you can try all of these specialty liqueurs without having to, put the money out for them. Some of these can be very expensive, and if you don't know, A, if you're going to like it or not, or B, how to use it. We're using a lot of specialty liqueurs today that we want to introduce people to, because there's a lot of great ones out there, and I think don't really know.
There's a couple ingredients on there that I've never heard of, or like you said, I'd be a little nervous to buy. So it's great to kind of experience it. And I know you told me whether you think you like or hate gin, you may love this cocktail, and I'm always pleasantly surprised by those. So I'm going to stir up the cocktails with you. We also have some special guests that we're going to bring in who may be taste testing your cocktails at home.
Okay.
So I say we go ahead and get started. Why don't we start on the first cocktail, which is the whiskey one.
In case anyone has their whole kit spread out, you are going to need ice. And we'll take a little bit of a break in between each cocktail. Obviously, we don't want people pounding 3 cocktails in a row, but it'll also help you get set back up, and we'll tell you what you need. For the first one, we did this for you, Joe, because we know you love an old fashioned and you love your whiskey. And I actually have one that, you have rye. Okay, good. That's actually what this recipe calls for. I only had the regular bullet bourbon, and I also have actually Rittenhouse, which I like as well, but I should have had rye. That's what the recipe calls for. So we're gonna go ahead and do this old fashioned that has a twist, and it incorporates a couple of liqueurs that are really interesting. So the first two that you guys are gonna need, you're gonna need your bullet bourbon, and you're gonna need your maraschino liqueur, which is one of the little packets. It's clear. And then you're also going to need your Amaro, which is a very dark Italian liqueur. The one that I'm using, Averna, is actually out of Sicily. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There was one person that did not have a label on their maraschino. On the Amaro. Okay.
So use the purpose packet.
So basically, there's maybe a couple of you who had an issue with labeling, but you can do a process of elimination. So there may be one packet that you don't have a label on it, but the two you're going to need are the maraschino and then the Amaro, which is a dark liqueur. So is the Fernet as well, but if you have your Fernet and then you have another dark liqueur that does not have a label on it, that's the one you're going to need right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop in my sphere ice.
I got the cubes today. I know, not as fancy. I had to make this easy. I was stressed out with all these ingredients.
I know, a little overwhelming. And then I'm going to use, just a glass mixer, but you guys can actually do it in your rocks glass. I mean, there's not really a difference, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in a couple of ice cubes. Okay, so we are going to start with 2 ounces of, for you guys, the Bullet bourbon or whatever bourbon or whiskey of your choice. And those
now, Jen, I'm going to back you up for a second because not all of us are experienced with bartenders. So just there's 1 ounce and 2 ounce shot glasses, right?
Yep.
So I'm curious. I think this is a 1 ounce, right? So I'll do 2 of these.
Is there not markings on it?
No.
Then it should be 1 ounce. Yeah, it should be 1 ounce.
All right, we'll go with 2 of these.
A little extra. I think you'll be okay.
I know, right?
So,
now,
for those of you that got the cocktail tasting kit, that is actually, it's a 50 milliliter. It's 1.5 ounces, which is the standard, for cocktail. Okay, so next we're gonna go with the maraschino liqueur, and that is going to be 1/2 ounce. Very little. You can also actually use just maraschino cherry syrup.
That's what I have
before, but yes, you have the syrup. Exactly. You didn't have it on there.
So just a 1/2 ounce, you said?
1/2 ounce. Yep.
Okay.
And then really the secret ingredient is the Amaro. It's an Italian herbal liqueur. It's considered a digestif. And it's really what makes this, yep, exactly. It makes this this old fashioned different and special. And it really sort of balances and smooths it out. I know people that do not like old fashions that like this drink. So that is going to be 3/4 of an ounce.
And you know what? I think I can pull up the recipe here too if you're totally lost. And I know some of these are pre-made for you. But in case you're making this at home with some of your other friends here, I think I can pull up the...
Oh, you're so fancy.
There, oh, wait, no, that's the gin one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe we don't have that one. All right, we'll come back to it.
Well, everything is measured out for you guys anyways, so you can't really mess it up.
There we go.
And then you're going to want to take, it's 1/2 ounce of lemon, which is, depending on the size of the lemon, these ones are kind of big, but it's about 1/2 lemon. So
I pre-squeezed mine because I couldn't deal on camera, so I was like, so just a little bit?
Yep, just it's 1/2 ounce, so a little bit. And then you're going to want to give that a good stir. And these are the kind of drinks, you don't want to dilute with too much water by shaking them. So that's where the stir comes in.
Okay.
Go ahead and tap that off. And then we're just going to throw a strain over it.
Oh. I don't know if I have that, but I can go like this. You go.
It's okay. You're good.
Oh, you put it over a fresh ice cube. So is that key, like when you're like making a cocktail, best to like stir it in other ice cubes and then pour it over a fresh cube?
Yep, you always want fresh ice because by the time you've done whatever you've done, shake and stirred, it's really diluted. Always pour over new ice. It just looks better too. So
I'm gonna do it. I got another glass here. Thanks to my trusty bar card.
Oh, no. Okay. And also, it's a couple dashes of bitters, but that's included in one of your packets of Amaro because it's too hard to package like 2 bottles or something.
Which bitters do you recommend? Because I thought I had the other ones. The Agostino, is it?
Angostura. Yes, these
Angostura.
ones. I think the ones you have. I liked your flair on it though. Yeah, these ones, I mean, for an old fashioned, you're going to go with the standard, Angostura. But that is actually one of the things, and I think you're probably going to ask me this later about like components of a bar. Bitters is one of my favorite things to invest in. I have cardamom bitters. I have grapefruit bitters. I have Jamaican bitters. I have orange bitters, celery bitters, mint bitters. It can really change a drink. And I actually was doing another one of these the other day for a bachelorette party. And they wanted margaritas, but with a twist. And we added some Jamaican bitters, and it completely changes the drink. So
how do you know like what bitters will like pair with, let's say, a whiskey or a juice that you're using? I wouldn't even know.
Trial and error. I mean, it's also your own personal preference. Like, I love the Jamaican bitters because it has a lot of spice in it, like black pepper, ginger, cinnamon. Those are things I like. But, you know, sometimes, like with the drink we're going to do later, the Bennett, we use grapefruit bitters because it complements the cigarette and the lime and all the ingredients.
So should we give this a try?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cheers. Cheers, MPI.
We miss you.
Oh, that's good.
Is that good? You taste the citrus. This is pretty right there for you. And then the Amaro.
So Jen knows my my old fashions they never have sugar, they're never sweet. And this is actually really good because I'm a creature of habit. So I always order my old fashions with bullet rye, no sugar. Pretty simple, but this actually is very good. There's a more like depth to the flavor. Yeah,
it has a more complex flavor profile than an average old fashioned. You know, I think you know, a lot of people, when you hear them say like, oh, I don't want something too sweet, which I always used to say too, it just means you need something more balanced. So a lot of times when you go to, you know, a dive bar or whatever, and they're pouring sweet and sour and tequila or whatever for your margarita, it's just a lot of sugar. So when you say, you know, you don't like sugar in your old fashions, I mean, sometimes you just need something a little more balanced. And I think it's just a really interesting flavor profile.
Yeah, and I think I want to get some feedback maybe on this cocktail. So we actually have one of our first special guests that we want to bring in today. She is currently our VP of membership and coming in as our VP of communications for next year, Megan Roach. Megan Roach also is a lover of whiskey like myself. Megan, what are you thinking of this cocktail?
Cheers, Jen and Joe.
Cheers.
Cheers, Megan.
Megan's in Long Beach, right?
I am enjoying these nice breezes out on the patio and drinking Jen's delicious old fashioned. Thank you.
You like it. Now, did you have a lemon tree as well in your backyard, correct? You were saying earlier?
I do. Yeah, we have a lemon tree. And so we're always making like fresh squeezed margaritas, but I've never had lemon juice in old fashioned. So I'm definitely going to do that.
Hey, Jen, just for our viewers at home, and since my little recipe card didn't work on this cocktail, can you run through the ounces again on the cocktail that we just made?
Sure. So it's 2 ounces of your whiskey rye bourbon, a half an ounce of the maraschino liqueur or maraschino syrup, and then a 3/4 ounce of the Amaro, and then just a couple of dashes of the Angostura bitters. Oh, and half an ounce of a lemon. Nicole just reminded me.
Yeah, the lemon is really good in it. Megan, how are things in Long Beach? How are you doing? Are you ready for next year for MPI? Like, you're coming in as communications. Give us a little taste of what's going on.
Yeah, so we're hanging in there. I'm feeling very grateful right now to have such an amazing support group with our MPI family. We have some really exciting things that we're planning for our members this year. So just make sure you save the date for May 13th at 11 a.m. for our chapter chat, because we're going to be talking about some of those opportunities. And we definitely want feedback from our members on our programming for next year too. But yeah, we're doing good. It's nice to be able to connect with everybody virtually and have this cocktail hour.
Yeah, it's so good to hear, and I'm excited to host the Member Connect with the chapter chat on May 13th. Like Megan said, definitely tune in. We want to hear from you. We miss you. We miss seeing you in person. So we want to hear from you. That's going to be facilitated via Zoom. So we actually will get to see your faces. But we are, planning for the next couple of months, and we may have a special guest on a little bit later who may be talking about that. But we really want to hear from you. We want to hear your feedback. What are you looking for? Are you looking for more of these cocktail making classes? We have no idea. So we want to hear from you. So Megan, our VP of membership, currently is going to take care of that and hopefully host the session, and it'll be great. I'm super excited.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you, Megan. And I think we're going to get started on our next cocktail. We're going to move on.
Okay.
So it's good to see you, Megan.
I'm going to give this.
All right, Jen. I'm going to keep sipping on this one, but I guess I'll get ready for the next one, which I think is the gin one, right?
Okay, we're doing gin? Cool.
Yeah. Is that the one that you said to do?
She said, tell Joe this is why I don't do anything on camera.
Oh, gosh. You're like Vanna White, Nicole.
I know. I'm really bad Vanna White.
What else do we need? Okay, so this one, we are gonna head to the shaker for this one.
I need, Ray should have been my Vanna White, the first lady of this chapter. He should have been doing this.
I know. Where is he? Is he still at work or what's going on?
No, but he needs to come in here and wash my shaker or something. I don't know what to do. Go ahead. Is this the one that you suggested? Now it's all about the glass also. We haven't talked about
so it's a coupe glass, which you can use a martini glass, but
okay.
like a coupe.
Okay.
Sorry, just get some ice in here. So you want to fill maybe quarter of the way with ice. And I'm going to turn to my bar cart. So everyone should have a little either Hendrix or, for those that got the cocktail kit, either Hendrix or a aviation gin little, mini bottle. Thank you. You know that word, bottle? So we're going to go ahead. And again, let me start by saying one of the things I love is doing cocktails that people think they wouldn't like, or with a spirit they think they wouldn't like. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say I hate gin,
Right.
I'd be rich. Like, people just have, I guess, a bad, connotation, with it, or they haven't had the right cocktail. So
go over the things I need to put up here to get our cocktail.
So you want to get your gin.
Okay.
You want to get your Saint Germain.
Okay.
Which everyone who bought a cocktail kit, the grapefruit bitters is already in the Saint Germain. So don't worry about that, it's in there. And then you want lime juice, your little lime agave mix that everyone got, which Joe, I know yours is separate, but everyone got the cocktail kit. It's a 50-50 blend of fresh lime juice and agave syrup.
Got it. So I got the simple syrup.
Yep, that's what you want.
My assistant's gonna get my gin in the pantry. There he is.
All
There's
right.
the first lady.
Hi. You.
I may have forgot to put some things on my bar card, so here I am.
So those, I think, are for all the ingredients.
So we got lime juice.
Simple syrup.
Simple syrup, got that.
Which they're together in one for everyone that bought a cocktail kit. The Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. Okay.
Your gin.
Gin.
And then, did you have the grapefruit bitters? I think they might not have had that on the island.
No, we don't have that on island.
Did you call the island?
We don't have
the island, Joe? Is that, or am I totally like?
I mean, I actually don't know if it's an island. I feel really dumb now. So
you know what? I was born and raised in Seattle, and I couldn't answer that either. So,
but I have everything else. I got my mint ready to go.
Perfect.
Okay, so my thing is full of ice. What do we got to do?
So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 ounces of gin.
Okay.
Or 1.5 ounces for everyone else that has a cocktail kit. Okay. Yeah, over ice shaker.
You know what? I think I can put the recipe up for this one.
Oh,
I actually have that one made. Let's see.
Okay. Yep, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay, and then we're gonna do. I'll wait till you're.
Okay, we got the gin.
Okay, we're gonna do 1 ounce of Saint Germain.
Okay.
Which everyone knows probably is flower liqueur. And then we're gonna do 2 ounces of the lime. So 1 ounce for you, Joe. 1 ounce lime juice. 1 ounce simple syrup for everyone else.
I got my lime juice.
Okay. So for everyone else, it's just 2 ounces of this mixture, which is the lime liqueur.
And then my simple syrup.
Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a few dashes of the grapefruit bitters. You'll still get the effect without the grapefruit bitters. Okay. So then you're going to go ahead and, and
we got the mint. What do we do with this? I've seen people like.
What happens? I get sidetracked.
Okay, give us the hint on mint, because I've seen bartenders, they smash it, they do whatever. What why are they doing it? Is it for show? Give us a little tutorial.
No. There's actual function to it.
Okay.
So you're gonna take 4 to 5 ounces of mint, and you always want to express it before you throw it in your shaker. So you want to put it in your hand, and give it like a slap. That will break it open and get all those juices and aromas flowing.
Okay.
Throw it in your shaker. And that will also happen with the ice because the ice will break that open, but helps to start off with an express. So you're gonna pop your little thing on and shake it for about 10 seconds. You really want to get violent with this one.
Oh, I don't have a top.
Really, it's a workout.
This is hilarious.
It's mostly a workout because this is all I've done.
Oh my gosh. Wait, we don't pour this one over ice though, right?
Nope. So this is going to be a martini. So then you go ahead and you just want to strain into your coup.
Into my who?
Into your coup. Or martini glass, whatever you
Does
have.
anyone know what a coup is? I don't know what that is.
Now, I will say most bartenders, when you use something like this, like fresh herbs in a drink, they suggest you double strain it to get all the chunks out. I love mint, so I like leaving little bits in there.
No one has time for that.
No one has time for that. This is my favorite. Yes, this is Nicole's favorite.
Oh, okay. And what do we call this one again?
It's a variation on a Bennett.
Ooh.
Not good.
Oh, that's really good. I think we may have a special guest that also loves gin that we want to bring in here.
This is like
our current
live, where there's like someone at the door.
she just rang the doorbell. So we're gonna bring in one of our members of our education team here, Ms. Miranda Shaft, and I'm gonna get that little thing the recipe off of you.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I cheated because I love ice, so I put my ice in the drink, Jen. I like things really, really cold.
Miranda, what do you think of this gin cocktail?
I love it. I love it. I think I was telling you guys yesterday. Cheers first.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think I was telling you guys yesterday, like I was never a gin fan. And then last summer, 2 summers ago, we went to Croatia, which is one of the things I'm missing in quarantine is traveling. And in Croatia, they drink Hendrix with some soda or tonic and then fresh cucumbers and cracked pepper. And so I became a total gin lover after that trip. But this is like an amazing, like summer, bright. I love this. It's a good thing to add into the rotation.
Is that so? That's like a Croatian thing, specifically like in the area you were in, or just?
So all throughout Croatia, we were in Split and Bar and Dubrovnik, and everywhere we went, they knew how to make it. Or if we just ordered a gin, they'd be like, "Oh, do you want cucumbers and pepper?" So we brought it back stateside. So I don't know if it's Croatian or not, but that's how they drink it. The people that we met. So yeah.
Now, what if you would have added cracked pepper to this? It might actually be good.
You probably totally could. I mean, those are the kinds of things that like you kind of pick up along the way, and you decide what you like. I mean, you could probably throw cucumber in this. There's black pepper bitters. You might be able to replace the green black
pepper bitters.
Yeah.
So
those are little things, but that sounds really delicious. Yeah, I like this one too because it's like for summer with the mint and the lime, it's fresh and cooling, and it's a really good one for summer.
Yeah, it's really good.
Miranda, you're coming in as our VP of Education in the upcoming year. We just
had
our board retreat. We did our board retreat virtually via Zoom.
Yeah.
14 hours, everyone. Your board sat on Zoom. Talk about Zoom fatigue. We're here for you. We did this thanks to our incoming Madam President, who we may hear from later. But we were able to, kind of lay out the upcoming year, the unknown year. All of us as planners have no idea what to expect. And, I'm sure I can speak for all of us watching probably. We have a ton of anxiety around that. We have no idea what's coming next week, a month, 3 months, 6 months. So Miranda, how are you feeling about the upcoming year of education for MPI?
I'm feeling great. I think it's a really good opportunity to flex our creativity and see what else, we can do to kind of change things up in this crazy time. I'm also really excited for the chapter chat. I hope everybody can join, and we really do want to know what kind of education people are interested in and how they want, to be connected with at this time. And then shameless plug for WeCon 2021. It's going to be amazing. It's still going to happen. We don't know how. If it's going to be like a hybrid or all in person or all online, but it definitely is happening. So please mark your calendars for January 14th through the 16th in Huntington Beach at PISCC.
Yeah, and
if you want to
mean,
volunteer, another shameless plug.
Yes,
Sign up
and
to volunteer.
the other thing, and like this is going to come through the member chat that we're going to have in a few weeks, but like we also want to hear what kind of content you're looking for. I mean, there's so many webinars out there. There's so much education and Zooms and things that are being thrown at us every day from multiple industry associations and companies and sales pitches and things like that. So Miranda is a great resource if you're interested in just providing some insight of, you know, content that you want to hear in the upcoming year. She is a great resource for that because we want to know like what you guys want. We want to provide what you guys are looking for. So I'm super excited about it, and it's going to be a fantastic year no matter what. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it's so good to see you, Miranda.
You too. Thanks, Jen.
We're going to get on to our final cocktail.
We're going to meet up when this is all over, and you're going to make me one of the cucumber black pepper ones. I want to.
Absolutely. Deal.
Done. Okay. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Miranda.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye. All right. Are we going on to our last and final cocktail?
Sure. Why not? I'm going to have to slow down. I'm going to give this one to Nicole.
I know.
I don't slow down. Actually, you know what? I need a little dump bucket. Will you just grab that? Yeah, just dump it.
Yeah, I'm going to sip this one a little bit more while you do that.
Yeah. Does anyone, are you able to monitor the chat, right? Or when people are.
I am, actually.
Okay.
There's.
Does anyone have questions or?
It's looking, yeah, the people wanting to see the quantities again, so we got that in. But yeah, everyone, if you want to ask your questions via the chat, we're happy to take them. If you have questions for Jen about bartending, Jen, I'm curious, you know, you sent out these kits so that we could have a bar ready to go for happy hour tonight. But if you were, you know, setting up your bar for the first time at home, what are the go-to like top things that we should have on stock so that you can make virtually quote unquote, a lot of different cocktails if you have guests or friends over?
I mean, you know, a really solid spirit in each of the categories is important. You know, whiskey, bourbon, even a scotch, which on the next cocktail we're using, a vodka, a tequila, a mezcal. One of the things that a couple of things that I like to always have on hand, and I can actually pull them, is I like to have something like, I love the brand 21 Seeds. They're flavored tequilas, but they're all natural flavored. So when you're throwing an event or party at your house, and your attention is in 10 different directions, and you're trying to like mingle and everything, you want cocktails that are easy. So something like this, like this is grapefruit hibiscus. They sent us 2 other ones. I've already gone through them. But these can be mixed with soda water or just a juice, and they taste really interesting, and they taste fresh too. So I really like this to have at the bar at all times. I
have another question for you too.
Yeah.
So, you know, because we're all planners, you know, all of our friends expect us to have these like lavish parties when we come over. Like we can't just have, you know, some Coors Light in the fridge. I mean, God love, I love a good Coors, but you know, we have to have a full spread and a signature cocktail and all this, you know, other stuff. So I know you love a good pre-batch cocktail. What is a good pre-batch cocktail that we could make if we're having, let's say, 5 to 10 friends over?
Sure. So a standard cocktail, the proportions are 2-1-1. So 2 ounces spirit, 1 ounce tart, 1 ounce sweet. So I'll usually do something in that realm. A couple of the ones that we've been doing lately for like to-go cocktails and other baskets that we've been doing is like a tequila, grapefruit, and prickly pear simple syrup. And then I always throw bitters in, and that's what makes it like a little bit more complex. So again, it can be like, you know, mezcal, lime, and you know, obviously a little agave syrup, and like bitters. So that's easy to batch because you're dealing with juices. I mean, when you're dealing with liqueurs and stuff, the more you batch, the more quality you lose. So like, I just don't recommend doing that. But,
do you find that so like just another dumb question because I'm not a bartender. Can you pre-batch a day ahead? Do you recommend doing the day of? Does it not matter?
No, it does. I mean, I would do day of, like do morning of. I mean, the juices will last overnight, but you know, it's going to be freshest if you do it day of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
Yeah, and I love Raft bitters. They're out of Portland, Oregon, actually, Pacific Northwest. And then Bitter Cube. I love Bitter Cube. Like I said, Jamaican bitters. So yeah, I mean, that's a good like formula for a good cocktail, especially a batched one. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, so we make our final cocktail, the Tropic Thunder.
Fun. All right.
So wait, well, before we do that, actually, I also want to give a plug because before we do that, I also want to give a plug because some of our viewers at home might be diving into their Tasty Box pasta that I am a huge fan of. So Bubble Tap's sister company, Tasty Box.
This is Tasty Box.
So that's Nicole. That's Nicole's brainchild. They do made-to-order pasta with homemade noodles and homemade sauce. I mean, you can't get much better than that. You know, forget the Prego and the everything else. I've actually had the experience of having Tasty Box at an event, and I probably ate it every night and got fat because of it. But it is so good. So Nicole, tell us a little bit about Tasty Box and how people can use it in events, or maybe like if they're looking for an opportunity to like send to team members and things like that.
Yeah, well, it's funny enough, we came up with the idea. We went to Italy, what year was it, 2 years ago? Yeah. And in Venice, there's this little hole in the wall spot, and it's Chinese boxes with fresh pasta and sauce. And so that's where I came up with the idea. And I've always loved to cook. Jen's kind of the mixologist of the company. I love to cook.
She's fabulous.
I just been experimenting with it a lot, which I was going to tell anyone who ordered the pasta, because it's fresh pasta, you only need to cook it anywhere from, I would say, the fettuccine 2 to 3 minutes, the parmigiana like 3 to 4 minutes. And what I do is I cook it, and I'm heating up the sauce, and then I drain the pasta and throw it into the sauce and cook it in the pan for the last.
Oh, that's a good tip.
It's all done within less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we started, I obviously did it for the festivals, and we got a good response from it. And then when we went into quarantine, I was like, why don't we bring this back, because people are not dining out. And it's a fun way because it's DIY, so it allows people to actually feel like cooking at home without having to go through the process of, bolognese is a very
that's my favorite. That one, that formaggi.
Yeah.
Whoever ordered that bolognese or formaggi, I am totally salivating.
I wish I got a link shipped to you, but
we're gonna come up. We're gonna come visit. I'll cook for
in person. Yeah.
I'll be back the second I can get on that Delta Airlines plane. I will be
back. Right. Yeah. And we will be having. You can place orders at tastyboxpasta.com, and we're also going to be doing pop-ups all over LA with CBT soft serve ice cream, and we're going to be doing cocktails.
Yeah.
Wait, you're partnering with CBT? I do love that company as well.
Oh my God, he's hysterical. I love him, Joe, the owner. Like, he's just so funny, and obviously,
that's another thing you don't normally get in Los Angeles is like soft serve ice cream. And it's funny that you bring that up, because that literally, before I moved, that was one of my favorite things of LA, was that you could go to CBT and it was chocolate, vanilla, a twist.
Yep.
And that's all. And I love that.
Yeah. So, well, if you guys just like Instagram, website, we'll post all of it. But we're doing the first one next week in Sherman Oaks and Studio City. So we'll put the details.
And so, Nicole, if they want to order Tasty Box or like work with you on some event or send it to some, folks on their team, it's just tastybox.com, right?
Yeah, if you go to that, and then my direct email is nicole@taptrailerco.com. But our website is the tastyboxpasta.com, which they can order through.
Perfect.
We can customize stuff. We do everything from family packs to individual orders. So catering, large catering.
Yeah.
All right.
Great to see you, Nicole.
I'll bring my do the cocktail now.
All right. Let's go on to our final cocktail.
Perfect. So,
I need to empty my other glass too.
So the two that you'll need is the Drambuie and the Fernet.
I have another dumb non-bartender question.
Okay.
So, I've been using the same shaker. Do you have to rinse it? Like, is it going to carry into the next cocktail? What do you recommend?
Yes, we should rinse, but we're kind of rolling with the punch.
I got no sink here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pop it out, but it's fine.
All right, so what do I need to do to prepare for the Tropic?
Okay, so you need the Drambuie.
Okay.
You need the Fernet, which you told me that Ray was very happy to see Fernet on the menu because he said it helps your stomach.
Yes. So
true, because it's a digestive. So
we discovered this like at a bar in LA, I think it was actually. It might have been at Laurel Tavern, actually, my favorite bar in Studio City.
Yeah.
They said it was like great for your stomach. Like you have like stomach issues, or you need to like whatever. Like it's the bartender shot, is what they said. Is for now.
It's a digestive, so it actually, I mean, people drink it after dinner. So more of a sip.
All right, what else?
Okay, and then the lime juice mix.
Okay.
You're gonna have the Angostura bitters again. Do you have this bitters for me? Yeah. And then pineapple juice.
Got that.
And everyone has those little cans that ordered the cocktail.
Okay.
So the reason I love this cocktail, other than it being delicious, is that it uses, just spirits and liqueurs that most people don't know about and wouldn't necessarily try. Like Drambuie, it's actually a blend of aged Scotch whiskey, honey, and herbs and spices. And I've heard that I don't know if it says it on the bottle, but I think it was like created in 1745. So it's like an old. It's like, when people think Scotch, they think it's their grandpa's drink, but that's not necessarily true depending on how you use it.
So this you really just use this is the Drambuie.
Correct, yes.
This is really just for like a liqueur, like a mixer. Like you wouldn't have this as like a drink.
I'm sure there are people out there that do.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a liqueur, so you're going to use it, in combination with other things.
Okay.
So we're going to do 1.5 ounces of the Drambuie.
Wait, should I pour this with ice first? Should I fill this
Yeah.
with ice?
We're going to shake it, so you're going to want to load up your shaker with ice. You actually load the cup up with ice.
Okay.
Prepare my cup.
Got the ice.
1.5 ounces of Drambuie.
I'm handing off my gin cocktails to our First Lady, Raymond Vega.
Oh.
All right, so we got how many ounces of this?
1.5.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Ooh, it smells.
Are you smelling it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sweet smelling. It's almost like candy.
Yeah, and you can smell the spices. Very spicy.
Yeah. It smells really good.
Yeah. 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice. The same measurement of pineapple.
Okay.
We're gonna do a 3/4 ounce lime agave mix.
This is where I need to cut my lime again.
Just squeeze half of it in there, it's fine.
Yeah.
So long. You're fine. You're fine with half a lime.
Got it.
And then it's actually only a teaspoon of Fernet. It's very little.
Oh, so like a dash.
Just a dash, just a little teaspoon.
But
And then-
have you seen that that Ina Garna Art Garden like GIF where she's like, oh, just a dash, and she pours like the whole bottle. Not like that.
No, not like that, like a real dash.
Okay, got it.
A dash or two of the bitters, just regular old Angostura bitters.
Got these.
And that is in their Drambuie satchel mix packet.
Okay.
You're going to pop the top on. Give it a shake.
Now, what kind of glass do you need for this?
So, this is the like highball glass.
Yeah,
You
I
also
ran out of those.
glass,
So
but
I'm gonna use those.
it's not make or break on this one.
And then pour it over the ice?
Yep. Just go ahead and pour it. And the garnish for this one is a little dried pineapple. I think dried fruit is one of the easiest ways to garnish. Yeah,
An
sure.
orange?
Sure, why not?
I thought you said an orange, but maybe I got it wrong.
No. Pineapple for this one, but you don't have dried pineapple, so you can do an orange.
Got it. Okay.
Everyone else has dried pineapple, and I love using like dried limes, oranges, pineapple. I mean, you go to Trader Joe's and they have tons of dried fruit, and it's like such a nice way to garnish the drink. So you're just gonna set that in the side. And there you go.
Do you stir it? No.
You shake it. You pour it in the glass.
Ooh.
So you know what it is? It's like a more complex Mai Tai.
Ah.
It's got like some depth and spice to it, but it's like a more sophisticated Mai Tai.
Yeah. And I think we're going to bring in our final guest here to give her a little comments on it. Miss Madam Incoming President Kristen Twomley, how are you feeling about this Tropic Thunder cocktail?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers.
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 How have the cocktails
It's
been for
delicious.
you?
I mean, I'm loving them. They're cocktails.
What has been your favorite of your three?
Wait, say that again?
What has been the favorite of your three?
This one, actually. I love it.
Yeah.
Super tropical, giving me some beach vibes. So I'm
Yes.
digging it.
We're all wanting those beach vibes right now.
Yeah.
I know, big time.
Kristen, if you could choose any bar in Los Angeles right now or a cocktail by a bartender that you just absolutely love, that you would just die to be at right now, where would you be?
You know, I would be at the airport lounge. My God, at the airport lounge. I want to get out of here.
Yes. I have to agree with that. I miss my Delta Sky Lounge.
Right? Yeah.
Everyone
it's like our
else
home
should
away from
comment.
home.
I'm curious of where everyone else is missing. So please feel free to comment in the chat feed, but I'm dying to know, like, what bars are you missing? Where do you want to go? Please tell us, because I'm curious. But yeah, I would love to be at the Delta Sky Lounge. Kristen and I have shared many of champagnes in that Sky Lounge.
We've done a lot of planning.
Yep.
Planned multiple events there.
Speaking of planning, you know, you're our incoming Madam President in this interesting, crazy year that we're about to endure. How are you feeling about the upcoming year? And give us a little taste of what's to come based on the retreat we had this week.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, of course, it's very daunting, right? Like, I mean, I think it's a daunting task, even in normal circumstances. But the world just looked so different when I accepted this role. So, you know, it's been a bit of a crazy ride. But having the retreat earlier this week, just I'm so excited about the coming year, you know. So it's all about the members this year. And we're going to try to plan some really amazing events if we can be together or if it's virtual. You know, we're still going to stay true to our mission, bringing people together and connecting.
What can we expect in the upcoming year? What is like your thing that you just want to really hit home with everyone? You know, if we can't do anything and we're stuck at all home, like what can we expect in the upcoming year? Give us a taste of what Kristen's presidency looks like.
You know, Joe, that's a great question. I don't know yet. The world is changing day by day, minute by minute. But I do know that what's most important to me is proving our value to our members, right? Like, it's just all about that for me. And, you know, I'm excited for our chapter chat next week so we can learn a little bit more about people and what they want from us right now. And we'll try to deliver on that. But we will, again, stay true to our mission, which is bringing people together, providing amazing educational content and, you know, professional development in whatever way we can, you know, whatever that looks like. And at some point, be it, you know, in July or a year from now, we're going to have an amazing bash at Terranea to celebrate this entire chapter. So I don't know when it will be, but it will be.
It's going to be a family reunion.
All I know, Kristen, is it will involve synchronized swimmers, okay? If I have to jump in the pool, it will involve synchronized swimmers.
That's top secret, but yes, there'll be plenty of fun surprises.
We can't wait to be at Terranea. Just dreaming of that beach and that ocean wind coming on us. Like, well, we're all kicking it off and like celebrating our, you know, this family of MPI coming together. Like, that really is what it's all about. And I know, Kristen, you feel the same sentiment with me. Is like, it's all about you guys as the members this upcoming year. Whatever we can do to help you and make this accessible and make this support group even more than it has been even in the past. Like, that is our goal for the upcoming year. And so you can definitely expect that through programming, through, you know, hopefully some virtual fun networking events like this. I'm hoping we can do, you know, a networking event with Bubble Tap, you know, where we can do a bigger audience and maybe have more cocktails, and everyone has a kit, you know, it's like Oprah, you get a kit, you get a kit.
I love my little kit. This was awesome. This was so fun.
It's a lot of fun. So, well, thank you for joining us, Kristen. I miss you, and sending you love into Santa Monica, because I know that's where you are.
Yep, I miss everyone.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right, Jen. So where does this leave us? What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, well, I hope I provided everyone with some like basic bar stuff and some new drinks, actually. I always think it's fun when you find a new drink that you get kind of hooked on. You were asking what some of our cocktails or bars that we miss. And honestly, I miss Laurel Tavern with you guys.
I know.
You brought it up and I was like, no.
A big shout out to Laurel Tavern. That was my local tavern for over 10 years.
With your watering hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great spot, and we, you know, we're so, you know, we miss it. And like all those bars are, you know, they're, you know, wanting to stay alive and hopefully get through all this, and we hope that they all come out of it. So anything we can do to support them is great. You know, that's the overall message of our industry, and this chapter is like, how can we support each other to like get through this crazy time, because we're all in this. Nothing is normal. We couldn't plan for any of this. None of us can plan for this in our businesses, for this chapter, for our industry, for the world. Like, who knows? You know, and so it's, who knows? And like, we just got to make it fun, which is what I said from the beginning. So why not have a happy hour with all of you?
I think that's like, it's been, you know, I mean, I've talked to so many people that said, you know, hey, there's good days and there's bad days. And I feel like that's true for everyone, you know? I mean, I think being stuck inside like this, I mean, it kind of messes with your mental state. So, you know, I hope that, you know, everyone can lean on each other, and, you know, we're here to help however we can. I know a lot of people are doing virtual stuff. So if you need, you know, if there's anything we can help with, but, you know, it's just an unprecedented time. And I think the uncertainty is what's so nerve-wracking for people. I mean, the only, I guess, thing that you can find comfort in is that everyone is in the same boat, especially in our industry, and that, you know, it's just, you know, we're all kind of sitting around hurrying up to wait, and you know, what's going to happen over the coming months.
Before we go, tell us a little bit. So, you know, so a bunch of our members, you know, subscribed and got the tasty box and the, you know, the cocktail kit, you know, delivered to their doorstep today. I know a lot of us, myself included, as a meeting planner, trying to engage teams together, trying to put on, you know, creative events, team building, things like that. You guys, as Bubble Tap, can do that and provide this service to teams. So talk a little bit about that and how people can get a hold of you, and what they can expect in doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we sort of ventured into this territory that I think like a lot of people never knew existed or were going to exist. So we started doing a lot of like, you know, just like tonight, like a virtual, you know, happy hour, virtual networking. We do cocktail boxes and fun activities and things like that. So we can really kind of, you know, customize it to whatever your needs are for your team or, you know, or your clients. And, you know, it's been, I guess that's the cool thing though. It's been like seeing so much innovation and seeing cool things come out of it. So that's been like fun for us to kind of discover a new, like tap into some new creativity. So we can do obviously the pasta and food, and we can do cocktail boxes. We can do wine tasting. We can do a whiskey tasting. We can kind of do whatever, you know, it requires or whatever your team, you know, you think your team would enjoy. So
you can really make it customizable, and you guys are local to Los Angeles. Talk about a little bit how you're trying to prepare for outside of LA, because I know of a lot of our planners and, you know, folks within MPI in Southern California also, you know, go outside of LA. Like, so maybe talk a little bit about your plans for that. I know you're working on that.
We actually, we are working on the logistical part of shipping boxes, and obviously shipping alcohol is a whole other thing. So we're trying to figure out exactly how to do that. We have a couple of options right now, but we are putting together boxes that we will be able to ship. And we also actually have partners in Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Kansas City. Orange County. We cover San Diego too. But again, if you have a specific location in which you would like to do something like this, we're open to working, with you, figuring out how to make it happen. So
it's so fun. We're sick of just sitting on Zoom and pretending that we're excited about it. So we need different fun things like this. So this is awesome. And thank you so much for doing this and for, being such a great partner of MPI and, partner of mine and my own company as well. So we appreciate it.
Well, we love you. You guys are great. And it's been really great to see everyone, band together and support each other. And you guys are always so supportive of each other. So it's great. He loses attached to you guys.
But that's what MPI Southern California is all about. It's really just about the family and supporting each other and figuring it out and figuring it out together, because who knows how this is all going to unfold. So
no one knows.
Awesome. Well, I think we should raise one more glass.
On a flight, Joe. We're coming home. I said the minute we can get on a flight, we're coming home to Seattle. We're going to come visit you.
The thought of getting on a flight makes me want to cry. I might, the first time my Delta Airlines plane might take off and I'm on it, I may cry. Like that could be an option. That it very well could be. And I'm sure. And I'm sure a lot of my friends could share that same sentiment that are traveling all the time. This is the most grounded I've been probably in 9 years, and thankfully I've, have a nice home to do that in, but I just, it's crazy to be able to just be home for that much, that long. It's nuts. So, well, I think we should raise a glass with our favorite cocktail. And I think mine is still the first one because it is whiskey. Is Nicole still there? So
she is. She's going to grab hers.
Nicole, grab that gin.
Grab it. No, she got the old fashioned.
Oh, the other one. So I just want to cheers you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Southern California. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Be on the lookout for more of this kind of fun programming. And please let us know what we can do for you. We're here for you. Love you all. And I hope to see you all soon. So cheers.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Cheers.